Hey friends, welcome back. So today I am going to be bringing to you 3 amazingly, irresistibly delicious vegan no-bake dessert recipes. During the summer, which it is right now when I'm filming this, it can get hot outside, so a reprieve from the heat and being able to treat yourself to something amazing, delicious, that doesn't require an oven is an awesome choice. So first up, we are going to be starting with some vegan Snickers bites. This recipe will blow your mind, so let's go ahead and hop to it. All right, so for the Snickers bites, it is going to be made in 3 different layers. We have the nougat layer, the caramel layer, and the chocolate layer. So we are going to be starting with the nougat layer. So the first ingredient you're gonna need is going to be a cup of flour. Pick whatever kind of flour you'd like to use. What we have on hand is an all-purpose, no bleach wheat flour, so that is what I'm gonna be using for this recipe. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my flour in the bowl, and next we are going to be adding protein powder. So you can add whatever flavor you want. I am going to be adding vanilla, and this is Earth Chimp brand. It is my favorite. I love this stuff. Let's get that scoop out of there. So a 1/4 cup of that right into the same bowl. All right, next we're gonna be doing the same amount of liquid sweetener. I prefer maple, but what I have on hand is agave, so I'm gonna be adding a 1/4 cup of agave. And then we have 2 more ingredients, so we're gonna add some milk, starting with less, and then we're gonna add more because we don't want it too watery. So 2 to 4 tablespoons, so I'm gonna start with about 2 tablespoons. And then just a pinch of salt. Alrighty, throwing that little pinch of salt in there, and then I am just going to mix it up with a fork. All right, so it's not quite holding together, so this is where we're gonna add a little bit more milk. You're just gonna add about a tablespoon at a time until you get it to kind of like a crumbly cookie mixture. Think of the nougat inside of a Snickers, and that's the consistency that we want. There we go. That is much better. So that's the consistency that we want. And we are going to throw that in the bottom of our little mini muffin liners. This is silicone, so I don't have to use any cooking spray, nothing. I'm just gonna throw it right on in there. Okay, you can push it on. So next up, we are going to be making the caramel filling, and it is going to be a very simple ingredient. So I use all natural peanut butter with nothing added to it. It's just peanuts and a little bit of salt. I like crunchy. You can use what you like. I like extra crunchy, so that's what's going in here. It is a 1/2 cup. Okay, and then we're going to be doing about 4 tablespoons of agave. If you are using pre-sweetened peanut butter, you can probably omit this step, but I use unsweetened peanut butter, so I'm going to add some agave in there. All right, third ingredient is going to be vanilla. So I usually prefer to use a vanilla powder, but again, I'm out of vanilla powder. So I am using Mexican vanilla, and we are going to be adding 1 teaspoon. All right, and then to that, just again, another pinch of salt, and we will be layering it on top of that nougat layer. So if you're like me and you like it extra crunchy, we can add some roasted peanuts on top of that caramel layer before we put the chocolate on. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of those on, and then we're going to get to the chocolate and we're going to freeze it and it'll be ready to eat. All right, we're ready for our chocolate layer. So I used this chocolate and I melted it. I did not have to add any oil or anything. I just melted the chocolate, and I'm going to put that as a layer over the top, and then we're just going to pop it in the freezer. All right, we threw those in the freezer. They need to stay in there for about 3 to 4 hours to set. So while we're waiting on those, I am going to start on our second no-bake dessert. And that is going to be cheesecake in a jar. So it's going to be a layer of crust, a layer of the cheesecake mixture, and then fruit topping. So we're going to get started with the crust. So what is going to go into that is a half of a cup of flour. Again, I am using whole wheat unbleached flour, and then 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts, or whatever nuts you like. I like pecans, I like walnuts. They both work great for this. And then we're going to do a dash of cinnamon. That kind of just fell on in there. A little pinch of salt. And about 3 tablespoons or so of agave. All right, those ingredients have been blended up in the food processor, and they should resemble like a cheesecake crust. If you've ever made one, it's just a crumbly mixture that if you push it together, it will hold its form. So we're going to put that in the bottom of the mason jars once we have everything done. So there's that layer. Next up is going to be the cheesecake layer. So all of that is going to be going into a blender, preferably a high-speed blender if you have one, because that will give you that delicious creamy texture that you want. Alrighty, so that first ingredient for our cheesecake layer is going to be soaked cashews. So you need about 2 cups. Soak them overnight, or if you're in a hurry, you can soak them in really hot water for about 10 minutes. So we're going to be doing 2 cups. Had some rogue cashews hop out there. Okay, and then next we are going to be doing coconut cream. So if you take a can of coconut milk and you put it in the fridge, the creamy part will solidify. So you're going to scoop off all of that solidified goodness and throw that in the blender. You're going to need about a cup of that. Next up, we've got our sweetener. So again, agave. This is about a half a cup. And then the juice of about 1 lemon. So we need 2 tablespoons. Alrighty, vanilla is next. Again, the Mexican vanilla, about 2 teaspoons. And then last but not least, a pinch of salt. And then we're going to blend it on up. This is the consistency we want it. Nice and thick and creamy and smooth. I gotta taste it. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is gonna be amazing. All right, we're gonna layer it up. So we're gonna do the crust layer, this delicious cheesecake layer, and then I pre-made the topping. I did raspberry. Feel free, or not raspberry. I did strawberry. Feel free to do whatever fruit topping you'd like. It is so simple. You just cook the fruit on the stovetop. I added chia seeds to make it thick, and then I threw it in the fridge overnight. Simple. Wham, bam, done. No-bake dessert number 3 is going to be blueberry muffin energy bites. So these actually you can eat any time of day. They're a great breakfast. They're a great snack. They make an awesome dessert, and they are beautiful. So the first ingredient is going to be a cup of rolled oats. You want to make sure that you're using old-fashioned and not instant oats. And all of this is going in a food processor. Next, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of ground flax. You can also use chia seed. And then we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup of coconut shreds. Gosh, I love the way coconut smells. And to sweeten it, we are going to be using dates again. So I am going to be throwing 8 dates in there. Make sure you get pitted dates. Otherwise, you are in for a surprise. And next up, what gives it its beautiful purplish color is going to be your frozen blueberries. You can also use fresh blueberries, canned blueberries, whatever you like. You need about a cup. More vanilla extract, a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to be adding some lemon zest. So if you have a microplaner, you can zest your lemons. I used a lemon earlier, so I just went ahead and zested it, and I'm throwing that right on in. And again, a pinch of salt. And we're going to blend it on up. It is blended up and beautiful. As you can see, it's already holding its shape. So that's what you want when you make energy bites or energy balls, is that they easily keep their form. We're going to make them into little balls and put them in the fridge. A trick for getting the shape that you want is you can use some sort of scoop. So like a tablespoon or even like a little cookie dough scooper or an ice cream scooper, and it will form the ball for you. And that takes away the guesswork of trying to get your hands all yucky and dirty and making them yourself. We've been waiting for is the taste test time. I have my daughter here to taste test with me. Of course, my kid wants to taste the desserts. So first we're going to do the Snickers bites and see how much it actually resembles a Snickers. She's never had a Snickers. They used to be my favorite candy before going vegan, so I'm super excited for this. It's bottoms up. We were impatient. We didn't let it sit for 3 to 4 hours. So it is a little gooey, but man, that's delicious. I definitely think it has notes of Snickers bar. So much healthier and really not that hard to make. So this is definitely a win. You gotta give us a try. All right, taste test number 2. We are going with the energy bites. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at the color.
Pretty.
So beautiful. Almost too pretty to eat, but we're gonna eat it anyways. Let's try it. That's really good.
Yes, it is.
I like the texture of this better than other energy bites we've made.
I like that it's cold.
I think the frozen fruit was the key to this being so good. It is moist, it is soft, it just melts in your mouth, it holds its form really well, and it's got amazing lemon flavor.
It does. It's like the lemon and the blueberry are like smashing together with the perfect consistency.
2 for 2, y'all. Give it a try. Last but not least, probably what I am most excited for, because I cheated and I tasted the cheesecake part, this bad boy. It looks so good.
It's just so pretty.
We know the feeling's amazing. Let's taste it all together. All right, bottoms up.
Chunks of strawberry
Oh my
are
goodness.
so good in the puree.
Let's get down to that crust.
Yeah, it's like, gotta really go down there to get the crust too. No.
Mic drop.
That tastes like a cheesecake.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna go eat the rest of this.
That is good.
This is the best, y'all. This is the best of the 3.
Winner right here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
All 3 recipes, absolutely amazing. I highly recommend every one. They all have their own different characteristics. You want something that's citrusy and refreshing and that you can have any time of day, go for the energy bites. You want something to satisfy that chocolate sweet tooth but have a healthier choice, go for the Snicker bites. And if you want a decadent, healthy, easy dessert, this would be a great thing to bring to a party.
It is so good.
You can get little bitty mason jars, bring it with. This is thebomb.com, y'all.
Yes.
That's all I got for you today for these amazing no-bake, vegan, healthy desserts. They blew my mind. I hope you give them a try, and if you do, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'd love to know what your favorite flavor combinations are for these recipes as well. If there is anything else that you would love to see me bring to you, I would be more than happy to. So again, just leave a comment below to let me know. But other than that, that is it for this video. I am going to enjoy these desserts and give them to my kids. But I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and have a very blessed one. I will see you on the next video. Bye.